What's up, guys? Welcome to the All In and Then Some podcast. All right. So I'm very thankful for you guys tuning in. Big shout out to Anchor for hosting this. What else? Let's see. If you're on YouTube right now watching this, cool. And if you're watching on a normal podcast on Anchor or anywhere else, thanks for tuning in. All my social media is in the show description, the show notes. Recording / publishing for podcasts will be every Monday, the Monday Motivator, and then every other Thursday. But this video will be coming out on YouTube Thursday, and the podcast will be coming out on Anchor on Thursday, and will soon be on all platforms of audio, like iTunes, iHeartRadio, and all that jazz. So I wanted to go in depth on why I chose to make a podcast and why I chose this name. And I've always really liked podcasts, and I've never really never thought of making one until a couple days ago. And I was like, why don't I make something? Because I've always wanted to help people, and I've always wanted to reach out and impart my wisdom on others. So I was like, what better way to do that than a podcast? So I got into podcasting. It's my first episode, my little introduction. The reason why I chose All In and Then Some comes from a big philosophy to me, is that, well, not a philosophy, it's more like something I build my life around, you know? It's kind of like, so either in life, you're either in or you're out. But most people choose the in-between. So if you imagine like a fence. So there's one side of the fence, and then you have this the other side of the fence, right? The left side symbolizes all out, which means you're like, whatever, and just go on with your life. But on the other side is all in. And you go follow your dreams and all that stuff. So, but most people usually sit on the fence right here. So you're watching this on YouTube. I'm doing a little demonstration for all you podcasters who are like, what the heck is this guy doing? So you got the two sides right here, and you got the fence, and most people just sit right here. So in this podcast, I wanted to reach out to all those who are on either side or sitting on the fence right now, dipping their toe into starting their dreams, or following your dreams, and maybe you felt discouraged, someone made you feel like that, or anything else. I want to help you discover your all-in lifestyle. And then with that comes a little bit extra. This podcast could go from motivational to movie reviews that I like, that could show, because you can, another thing I really like is myself, I like to learn from anything. So whenever I want to go to the movies, I like all the little quotes they have in there. So if I like that, I might make an episode about that. Or books I read, and I'll recommend them to y'all and send links and put links in the show notes. That's really behind what my name is, All In and Then Some podcast. I'm your host, Mason Shank, and thank you for tuning in to the first episode of the All In and Then Some podcast.